Hi guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be doing my wrap up of the Man Booker Shortlist 2017. The winner of the prize is announced on Tuesday. Not sure what time, but I will be highly anticipating working out who has won. So I wanted to put this video up, wrapping up all my thoughts on the shortlist this year, and giving you guys some ideas of what I think should win, and kind of my thoughts on all the books in the shortlist. I have done a review on every single one of these books apart from 4321, and I will let you guys know why that is in a minute. But yeah, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on them, my favourites, you know, books that I really want to win, and then kind of like what I think will win for a variety of different reasons. So yeah, let's go for it. I thought I'd start the video by just explaining what's happening with this. So this is the last book that I had to read on the shortlist, and you can see that I'm not particularly far into it. So I have read just over 150 pages of it, and this is an 880 page book. I kind of knew that I wasn't going to finish it. I was really trying to push, but it just didn't happen this week. I left this book until the last week or so, just because I thought if I read it first it would take me ages and I might not get around to reading any of the others, and it would be really demotivating. So I left it until last, and I would say it hasn't got a dense style or anything like that, but it uses a lot of really long complex sentences, and there are lots of long descriptive paragraphs in here. So I think that's what's taken me a little bit longer to read as well as the fact that it is massive. So I clearly won't have finished this by the time that the winner is announced on Tuesday, but I am still going to continue on with it. I'm still going to finish it. It will probably take me a few weeks to finish, but eventually I'll post a review of this on my channel to let you guys know my thoughts. At the moment, having read about 150 pages, I am enjoying it. I do like the style. I am intrigued by the story. So this is basically a story about a boy that is born. His name's Archie, and it is about 4 different versions of his life. So each section has got 4 chapters in it, and I think this is kind of how the structure is going, and each of the chapters tells us a slightly different version of his life at that moment in time. So the story is really intriguing. I'm interested in kind of working out what's going on with his life and what's happening, and I like him as a character, and there are a whole host of characters in here that are interesting to read about. Plus you've got the backdrop of America at different moments in American history, which is really interesting as well. So I am finding this really intriguing. Looking at it in the camera, and it is massive. I don't know whether this would have been a favourite of mine on the shortlist if I'd have finished it in time. I kind of think that it's going to be a good read, and that I'm interested by the subject matter and what Paul Auster is doing in terms of the structure and what he's trying to do with the story. But I had this feeling that I'm just not going to be blown away by it. It's not going to, you know, rock my world in any sort of sense. So, like I said, we'll see how this one goes. And I will definitely post a review up on my channel when I have finished reading it. Yeah, so to be I don't know, I always think that big books like this, will they necessarily win a prize like the Man Booker? Perhaps that's a bit naive, or you know, it's not got anything to do with length, I suppose. But yeah, it's just huge. So I thought I would give you an overview of my star ratings for the other 5 books that I read. So we'll start with the lowest ones. I gave Exit West and The History of Wolves both 3.5 stars. Then I gave Autumn by Ali Smith 4 stars. I gave Elmet by Fiona Mosley 4.5 stars. and I gave Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders 5 stars. I have been really impressed with the books that have been on the shortlist. I've never read the Man Booker shortlist before, just like I've never read the Bailey's Prize shortlist earlier in the year, and it has been really interesting looking at what sort of things have gone on the shortlist. Like I said, I've done a full review of all 5 of these books that I have read, so you can go, I'll link those for you because you can go and watch any of those to hear a few more of my thoughts. But I thought I would just kind of talk about what I would like to win, and then kind of some of my other thoughts on things that I think might win based on different categories. So it's pretty obvious that this is my favourite out of the shortlist. And I talked in depth in it in my review about how I loved the style in this. I thought so much research had gone into it. It was so interesting to read. It kept me captivated the whole way through. And I really enjoyed this one. So I think this will be a great one to win just because of that unique style, the amount of work that has gone into this book, but as well the kind of themes that it covers and the moment in history that it covers. I really think that it would be a worthy winner. The other book that I would be really happy if it won is Autumn by Ali Smith, just because this again has a really unique style. I was so invested in Ali Smith's writing. She's got such a clever way with words, and I was really interested in the story as well, and the way that she captured life in Britain at various different moments in postmodern history. So I would be super happy if this won as well. And then of course I gave 4.5 stars to Elmet by Fiona Mosley. I just thought the way that this story was told, the character development, the kind of gritty edge that it had to it, the way that it was sort of a little bit creepy at times, but it captured this particular moment in British society really well. Yeah, I just really loved this novel. I can't remember whether this is a debut. Did it say that she's written anything else? I think it's a debut. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, so apologies if I am. But if it is a debut, absolutely blown away by it. Really loved it. And would love to see that win, definitely. This one here, Exit West by Mohsin Hamid, I think may win just because of the subject matter in here, just because it is so relevant to what's going on today, and his comments on it and the way that he writes about it is really clever. I've put this in here just because I feel like when The Power by Naomi Alderman won the Bailey's Prize this year, I personally felt like one of the reasons for that was because it was a very timely book. It was a book about, you know, women and the gender power struggle, and that kind of idea of flipped power. And I think personally that was kind of one of the reasons why that book won, you know, because it was so relevant to the time that we were living in, that it was at the forefront of sort of, should we say, feminist fiction, as it were, that she'd done something really different with that kind of genre of fiction. And I kind of feel similarly about this, that this might win because it is very timely, it is very relevant, and he's got a lot to say about this particular topic and all of the themes that kind of surround that topic. So yeah, maybe, we'll see. And of course the only other one that I haven't talked about is History of Wars. I did quite like this. I thought it was a very good debut novel. I loved the character, the main character in here. She was just so naive and so strange in a really sort of odd but wonderful way. I don't know, I think I would be a little bit disappointed if this won because, like I said in my review, I felt like it lacked a bit of development and there were some gaps for me. but I mean, it would be great for her winning something like that off of the back of a debut novel. I mean, how great would that be for her writing career? Absolutely fantastic. So guys, those were my thoughts on the Man Booker shortlist. I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. Which book do you think is going to win, and which book do you want to win? Because sometimes, obviously, like I've said in this video, they can be two very different things. I'm really looking forward to the announcement on Tuesday. This video is hopefully going to go up on my channel on Monday evening. Yeah, and we'll see who wins. So that's it guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.